So imagine being the Secretary of Homeland Security. You're at home with your family, feeling safe. Suddenly, your television flickers. A message appears on the screen in bold white letters. I own you. This wasn't a scene from a horror movie. This was the reality for Jay Johnson, the man in charge of America's domestic security. It was a 15-year-old boy from England named Kane Gamble. To understand how a teenager in a council house in Leicestershire defeated the CIA, you have to forget everything you know about hacking. Kane Gamble didn't write complex code. He didn't use a supercomputer. Kane was a master of social engineering. He understood that the weakest part of any security system isn't the firewall. It's the person sitting behind the desk. It started with John Brennan, the director of the CIA. Kane called AOL tech support, pretending to be Brennan. When the agent asked for security verification, Kane played a recording of a crying baby in the background. He sounded like a stressed, busy father who just needed to get into his work email. The agent, feeling a spark of human empathy, bypassed the security protocols. In seconds, Kane was in. He wasn't just looking at emails. He was looking at the director's SF-86 form, a 127-page document containing every secret, every contact, and every private detail of the director's life. Most hackers would take the data and run. But Kane and his group, crackers with attitude, wanted to play. They didn't just steal information, they occupied the lives of their targets. They gained remote access to the iPad of the director's wife. They began DDoSing the family's devices, effectively turning their home into a digital prison. Then, they moved on to the FBI. Kane called the deputy director, Mark Giuliano. He didn't just hack him, he haunted him. He called Giuliano's wife and told her exactly what she was wearing while she sat in her living room. The terror was so real that the FBI had to place a 24-hour armed guard outside the deputy director's home. They thought they were dealing with a sophisticated cell of terrorists. They never imagined it was a kid in a hoodie eating cereal in his bedroom. By late 2015, Kane's ego was soaring. He managed his biggest feat yet. He social engineered a government help desk to get a login for J-Link. J-Link is a secure portal used by US law enforcement to share sensitive intelligence. Suddenly, Kane could see active investigations into gangs, terrorists, and, most ironically, the very task force that was searching for him. He started swatting his enemies. He would call local police departments, report a fake murder, and watch through hacked security cameras as armed SWAT teams stormed innocent people's homes. To Kane, the entire world had become a video game. He was playing with lives from 4,000 miles away. But you can only poke the bear so many times before it bites back. The FBI and British intelligence worked together to trace the digital breadcrumbs. They narrowed the signal down to a small town called Glenfield. In February 2016, the game ended. Police burst into the Gamble home. Kane's mother was in the kitchen, completely unaware that her son had spent the last 8 months at war with the United States. In the bedroom upstairs, they found Kane. No high-tech lab, just a laptop, a phone, and a 16-year-old boy who had just caused millions of dollars in damage. In 2018, the case went to the Old Bailey. Kane's lawyers argued he was autistic and hadn't realized the gravity of his actions, but the judge was firm. He called it an extremely nasty campaign of cyber terrorism. Kane Gamble was sentenced to 2 years in youth detention. He had proven a terrifying truth. In the 21st century, the most dangerous weapon isn't a missile. It's a bored teenager with a telephone. Kane Gamble proved that a teenager in a bedroom could be more dangerous than a foreign army, but he was just one boy. Next time, we look at what happens when the government turns those same tools back on its own citizens. Subscribe now to see the shadow program that watched the entire world.